This is Brian from the Savage Board Gaming channel, just reviewing my first few games of Crafting the Cosmos. So, Crafting the Cosmos has recently been uploaded to BGA. It's a pretty popular game, so I wanted to give it a try. Went through the tutorial online, which is pretty good, so don't be afraid if you haven't played this before. I would just go on, run through their tutorial. Gives you at least the basics. It's just you're gonna have to learn strategy after that. Played 4 games so far, and I've won 2 and lost 2, so I'm pretty average at the moment. Let's just give a brief overview of how the game is played first. On your turn, you'll be moving these energies around. That's what these are called. And it's like a rondelle. Wherever the marbles are is what you'll get at the end of that movement. You always have to move your own color marble 1 space at least, and you get 3 moves. So I could go from, with my blue marble, because that's me, I could go from here to here, and then move this gray one here, and then, like, I don't know, move this one there, right? And I would get whatever's listed. So that's the basic premise of that. Then we'll take all those resources and use those to build the universe. There's a few different resources that you get. One is stars, right? So wherever you land on, you'll get these stars with your colored marble. So right now, I get 3 hydrogen stars. So I'm just going to call them red, because I'm going to keep saying helium instead of hydrogen. So 3 red stars. If I go here, if my marble was here, I get a carbon star. And you also get whatever this is, so, which is a bonus. And I'll explain those symbols as we go. The next thing you can get are the actual items on these things. So the stuff that's on the right of the marbles. And I know it's confusing, but it's a top-down perspective, right? So whatever's on the right, you get. Like Proto-Life is this one. Power cards are these ones. Time is this. And movement or gravity are these. And there's a symbol that relates to each one. I'll show you what those are for in a minute. So that's how the game is played. So we'll go ahead and go to the first part of this. My opponent has first move. So they went here, got 2 helium stars, a supernova, which I'll explain once we get to that. 2 time, 2 proto-life, 1 power card is what they got. So that's the resources they're getting for the turn. Okay. On my turn, I move my energy twice over to here, my blue one. For some reason it doesn't show mine moving at all. So this is still new in the replay, but I moved it over here to this one. So I'm going to also get 2 helium stars, a supernova, 2 movement. I get 1 proto-life, 1 energy card, 1 time. 2 time, I'm sorry. So, I think I did this. I moved this twice, and I moved this once, is how I did mine. Alright. Okay, so the first thing you do on your turn after you do your movement is you get to draw power cards. So you start with some. I have these ones here already. And you'll see that these symbols relate to the different spokes of this rondelle, right? So this is gravity, this is chemistry, this is time. And there's 1 for light. So you have to draw these, and what you want is sets of them, because you're going to get power cards from them. So let's go ahead and just draw my power cards here. So I took a 3rd green, Unfortunately, we're fighting back and forth. Okay. So this is what I have. Okay. So now let's explain our nebulas. So these round discs are nebulas. They come in 3 different sizes. This is a small, a medium, and a large. Okay. What you want to do is match up the stars around these nebulas in these big circles. Right? So let's look at this top one. It needs 2 of the red, which are hydrogen, 2 of the purple, which are carbon. Okay? Once that happens, I can then score 4 points. So that's what we want to do with our stars. The other thing is you can convert one of your stars into supernova if you ever have this symbol. What that does is it makes it a wild card. So it can be counted as any type of star. So this is really a good place maybe for a supernova right off the bat, but I forget what I did here. It's my first game. I'm still learning. Okay. Okay, I'm placing a helium star probably over here maybe, or over here. I placed, oh, that's a better spot. It's connected to both of these now. I'm going to move my proto-life down. What you want to do with proto-life is you want to surround a nebula with proto-life. Or stable life. And I'll explain stable life in a bit. So I get the place of proto-life. So I have 2 here. I'm going to get a power card. Three options here. Black hole, which says this is the cost to do the action on it. This what it does for me. And this will be like a passive bonus I'll get every round from here on out. So just be aware of that. So that's a pretty good one. Sacrifice converting a time crystal into a star. So that's when this goes all the way up. We'll move it over and I can get a free star. If I sacrifice this, I can create 2 supernovas. Alright, so I do choose this one. The other ones here is discard a green to move my time crystal up. Right? Or I could discard any card in a supernova to get either 2 time or 2 proto-life. So I like this one. It was interesting to me. It's my first game. It sounded complex. I said, let's try it. Okay, I did everything I can with my resources. So I have no proto-life. I have no more stars. I did my supernova, right? I've spent my energy cards. At the end of the turn, I can either stabilize a proto-life or gain a nebula. So stabilizing a proto-life will turn this green, and it makes it so that whenever you surround one of these and decide to establish life on the nebula, it won't discard it, because if you do it with pink, it'll discard all the pink ones, stable or green. You'll see that here in a second. The other thing you can do is draw either a level 1, level 2, or level 3 nebula. You don't see what they are, but it does kind of like give you some clues on the cards what they might be just based on the color. So this one has a little bit of purple and a little bit of red. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be carbon and hydrogen. So the purple and red stars. So let's go ahead and do that. So I take a nebula. That's pretty close. There's a little bit of oxygen in it. So this is probably the best place for it, because look, we have carbon is needed for this, oxygen's needed for that, and hydrogen's needed for both, right? So I think that's probably the best place to put it. Did I do that? We'll see. Yes, I did. Okay. So at the end of a round, these are scoring cards. They'll keep moving to the right. Once it hits this fourth space, it'll score that round. So the first scoring opportunity is most stable life out in your galaxy, basically. Or whatever they want to call this, your board. Okay, you'll see my opponent, Miss Maple, just moved her basic one 3. So she get 3 time. Also notice my little blue thing here. That means I'm going to get a free time. My opponent's getting a free movement and a free power card. And that's based on this. Since I have a green card here, I get 1 for free, basically. And you can, as many people can get on these as they need to. So, still waiting on the other player. Okay, my turn. So I'm looking at this. I need a lot of hydrogen and a lot of helium still. Now remember, this isn't here because of this bug. I'm over here, so I'm going to move over here and get this hydrogen, I think. And maybe move one of these over here to get more power cards. Let's see if I do that. We'll see over here what I get, and it'll explain it. So yeah, that's exactly what I did. So this moved, right? 1, 2. Then I moved this over to here. All right. So, I have 1 proto-life, 1 movement, and that's all on my board. I guess I should just show you this. 1 proto-life is not showing here. Okay. But I do have 1 movement. You can see that there. No supernovas because I didn't stop here. So let's draw 2 energy cards. I think I was trying to get another power card out. I think I just drew right here to match this. Let's see if I did that. Yep, so I got 3 that'll go in this slot here. See, our opponent has 2 stable life already here. They're not really. Guess they're close to finishing off their big one here. Their large galaxy. Now I'm going to spread out a little bit, I think. Now this is my first game. You have to understand, I didn't understand the importance of moving stars. Because with your movement, you can either move the proto-life or you can move a star. The only thing you can't move is a supernova. So I put 1 here. So I have 2 helium here. That would be a carbon. And I put 1 here. So these were, I put these. Put another proto-life here. I'm going to buy a power card. So this is what I have. It says discard 1 to gain a proto-life next to a stable life. It's pretty good. This one says move 1 proto-life and then stabilize it. So we'll turn it from pink to green. This one says gain a what is that? Advanced life. That's what these are called. Advanced life on a nebula with exactly 1 advanced life. So you get the advanced life when you fill up life all the way around the nebula. Okay. I can use genetic drift right now, but I don't have. Oh yeah, I do have proto-life, so I can do that. So I discard an energy card, move 1 of the life over. I'll make it green. I don't know why I did that. That was a mistake. I probably should have did this. But first game. Okay, I can stabilize or draw a nebula. I think I drew another nebula here. Yeah. So this one needs 2 oxygen, a helium, and a hydrogen. Probably would have been good to go either here or here. But I forget what I did with this. I put it here. Not the best placement. Okay. So now, if I want to score these points, I need a lot of stable life. Luckily, my opponent goes first. I just move these two to get a bunch of movement. 2 helium and a supernova. I think my problem was I think I put too much stock into the supernova stars, you know, creating supernovas. Okay, so I moved my blue over to here, right? My main marble. So I'll get an oxygen. I'll get 3 time, 2 stable life. I also get 1 movement and 2 energy cards. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. So they placed a carbon and then moved it twice. I have to do the slow clicking on this or it'll just go right to the end of the game pretty quickly. It doesn't like differentiate between our turns, you know? Okay, so my turn, right? I discharged a chamber, right? A time chamber. So this will move over here, I'll get 3 points. I also get to either choose a star or I can use my black hole. So I do use my black hole because I see this, right? Is the second goal to score. And that'll give me 3 off the bat, which is going to be hard for my opponent. Well, they already got 2, but I thought that was the plan. So, yep. Place the oxygen star. Still trying to learn how to do this stuff. Like I haven't scored anything yet. I thought proto-life was probably super important. But I've done fine without it also. So I can use genetic drift to move one of the protos and stabilize it. So now I have 3 stable. My opponent has 2 stable. I can use genetic drift again if I want to, which I will. Move this over here, stabilize it. There we go. Now, the thing about movement is, if I'm moving proto-life, the proto-life can go through all the proto-life and end up here, you know, or I could go here with it. Same thing with stars. I can move a star through a chain of stars over to here. I didn't realize how important that was in my first game of this. Still trying to learn this. I was hesitant to take these big nebulas. Oh, geez. Big nebulas. So I took a medium. I wouldn't worry too much about the size. You can take big ones. Okay. So just waiting on this to go. Okay. This thing's so messed up because it's not moving my marble around. I'm irritated. But I'll just tell you exactly which stars I picked up. Okay. So I moved my blue one. So I was here, so I'm over here with the helium, right? So I'm going to place 2 helium in a supernova. Get 1 movement, 1 proto-life, 2 energy cards, and 4 time crystals. Because I wanted to move this up to get more points and maybe trigger this again. Okay, just need to draw some cards here. I should take 2 of the same. So I took 2 red there. If I wanted to do this. Okay. I know I'm focusing in on my own board a lot right now. So you'll see my opponent's already scored 2 of theirs. And I haven't scored any of mine. So they have a little bit of a lead on me right now. See, 16-9. But I start coming back here soon. I didn't understand these yet. I guess it's just nebulas in these sectors. I don't know what the sectors are. Is it these darkened ones, or is it like these ones? Like, I wasn't exactly sure. I'm gonna have to like look up in the rule book exactly what they mean, but okay, my opponent's doing all their stuff, being patiently waiting for them. Okay. So placing a helium star. So this one is done. So I could actually, if I wanted to, score it now, but I'm being cautious. I'm putting all my stars out first. Okay, I got proto-life here, right? This is completely surrounded, so I'll be able to do this. Now using my time chamber, I think I black hole again. Yep. So I just did this. These are 2 big nebulas, so having wild cards here makes it a little bit easier for me. Okay, you're discarding a card to score nebula. So whenever you score one, you have to discard one of your stars. You cannot discard your supernova. Destroyed a helium star. I now can score another nebula, right? I got rid of a oxygen, which probably thought about turning this maybe into a supernova later on, and thought maybe like this could be an oxygen, you know, here. Okay, I'm creating advanced life. So I get 7 points for that. Now my opponent cannot see how many points I got for it, because it, like if you're playing the physical game, it'd be face down. But okay, I could pay 2 cards to get a power card, which I will do. Okay, so I think I take this one because it lets me gain a stable one anywhere. So I could just put a green directly out for discarding a genetic power card. Or chemistry power card, sorry about that. Now I also didn't notice, like, whenever you do this one, you get a nebula if you put your marble here, but I didn't notice that earlier. I would have tried to do a few other things. So yeah, I turned that hydrogen into a supernova. And then turned that into a supernova also. No, that was already a supernova. Okay. So, it's later in the game. I'm a chicken still. I draw a level 1. Okay, I'm going to place it. It's one of each, so not too many places that's really going to help it. Like I could put it anywhere basically, as long as it's at least touching 1 star. So I think I put it up here because I wasn't sure about this scoring yet. Okay, end phase. See, I scored 6 points for having the most supernovas. I think I also drew the 1 because of this. Because this is the scoring. It's most size 1 nebulas, right? I already have 1 here, and I could probably do these ones pretty easily. All right. New turn. Okay. So I moved mine twice. So I'm getting a bunch of hydrogen stars. So we'll see here. 3 hydrogen, 2 energy cards, 4 time crystals, 2 movement, 1 proto-life. So this went from here to here. Now, after this round, I'll explain how the game ends, so you kind of get an idea of like the 2 different ways to end the game. So I'm definitely going to take chemistry cards because of this, right? My opponent's doing all their stuff. Okay. So mine, I'm going to move stable life to here. Moved another one. Place a proto-life. Okay, put a hydrogen here because I'm trying to complete this big one. Right? Just put my 3 hydrogen around it. It's probably not a good move. I probably should have did this over here for another level 1, right? But I didn't. Okay, so I used amino acids, and I'm going to put a life here. And now I can score nebula. So discard a hydrogen, obviously. Creating advanced life. H. Or is that 8? It's an 8. Okay. Decide not to use amino acids because I want to get more cards. So place a level 1 nebula, right? Is that what that is? Yep. I'm still being a chicken in my first game. So I'm getting a lot of passive resources. Also, if you ever have 5 power cards, you can just discard 5 for 6 victory points, which I forgot about until like the last game I played. So, okay, I think I draw 2 red. Yep. 3 red. Okay. All right, so let's start going over endgame. So there's 2 ways to trigger endgame. The first is, at the beginning of the game, there's 6 cards that are randomly selected for the scoring. If we ever score that 6th card, then the game will end. The other way is that we run out of these time crystals. So if these run out, then yeah, we end the game also then. So there's 2 different ways to win. This is more slow, methodical scoring, where this is, if you have a big lead, you want to push and rush towards the end. So, just keep that in mind. My opponent, I think, was trying to rush because they were using a lot of time. So was I, though. I think I was actually using a little bit more. Place a helium star. There. I have 2 carbons basically, so I just need a hydrogen there. I'm going to start moving life around. Okay, so this one's done. Use amino acid to place out a stable life. Okay. Genetic drift it so it becomes stable. So at this point I was focused on this, like getting these. Because I was like, oh, I can score that, but I'm going to run out of time before that's going to even be scored. So, at least I think it will, you know. Turn a star into supernova again. So I was heavy on these supernovas. Probably wasn't a good idea. Because I can't move them, right? Once they're locked in, you can't move them. So my resources were pretty much stuck in place. I mean, it gave me a little bit of flexibility, but it's not really helping me out in the end. So I've got a little bit of a lead right now. So my opponent wants a whole bunch. They take the last time cube or crystal, so it's going to be the end of the game here. My turn. Oh no, they're still doing their stuff. So my saving grace in this first game is I was scoring these a lot. So I guess that's something. So I got 3 hydrogen stars, 2 energy cards, 3 crystals, which are pretty much useless for me because I'm definitely not. I don't think I'm not making it up to the top here. 2 proto life, and that's what I got from my movement. Probably what I should have did was get 3 cards so I could turn it in for 6 points, but once again, it's a learning process. They've completed another advanced life. Or is that their first one? That might be their first one. Come on, it's my turn. And my power cards, they're not useful at the end of the game, basically. So sooner or later it'll get to my turn here. Okay, so I'm going to use amino acids for really no good reason. Okay, so I created advanced life there. Place proto-life for no reason. Because I don't have enough movement to surround this one, right? Place a hydrogen star here, which was dumb because I can't complete this one. Hydrogen star over here, once again, dumb. Should have put it over here, right? At least. And then I could have put them both maybe here. Because the helium needs to come up here. Okay, you see, that's so stupid. And it cost me the game pretty much, so. Because I did score a lot of advanced life. And now I'm just wasting resources at this point because I can. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go to end scoring here. This maple scores 98. I score 95. So if I would have got the 3 power cards, right, and spent them for the 6 victory points, I would have won. So there's my first game of Crafting the Cosmos. I think I like this game a lot. I'm going to post a few more games of this here soon, where I'm actually playing a little bit differently, and I think I have better strategies based on what cards came out. But until next time, keep on gaming.
So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments if you have any other suggestions on this game or other games you'd like to see on this channel. There's also a playlist on the left side of the screen that you can click to see other videos I have made. And until next time, keep on playing.